Every night, I smear stinky mud on my girlfriend's feet and sprinkle flour on top, then pretend to be asleep. But every night, at exactly 2 a.m., she wakes up, quietly pulls out one strand of my hair, and sneaks out of the house. So one night, I decide to follow her footprints on the ground. But just as I'm about to find out where she's going, I spot a little girl on the road, about to be hit by a huge truck. In that split second, I rush forward and push her out of the way. But I get hit myself, thrown 10 meters through the air. As my heart is about to stop beating, a cold, robotic voice suddenly echoes in my mind. System-bound success. Mind-reading ability unlocked. Master-level medical skill activated, along with a combat version. Once snap my eyes open, and I can feel my whole body filled with power I've never had before. I can even see and hear a Maybach 5 kilometers away, speeding toward me. In under 2 minutes, the black Maybach arrives. A pair of long legs in black stockings jumps out. A woman runs wildly toward a little girl. Duo, duo. I'm so scared I almost cry out. The woman rushes over and pulls Duo into her arms. Once she confirms it's just a scrape, she looks up at me, her eyes full of deep emotion. Sir, thank you for saving Duo. I'm Su Wanqing from the Su Group. Whatever you need, I'll give it, even if it means bankrupting my whole family. I, Lingshan, look at this woman. Her info shows up right on my eyes like a screen. Name, Su Wanqing. Age, 25. Position, CEO of Su Group. This could be my best shot at turning my life around in this city. The Su family could offer a massive reward. Even if I had 10 billion right now, it still wouldn't come close to what the Su family has. But I just stand there quietly for a moment, then say one word, no need, and disappear into the rainy night. Su Wanqing watches me walk away, then turns to her assistant. I want her full background in 3 minutes. She saved my life. I, Su Wanqing, will not let her just vanish like this. Back home, I look up at the 2 portraits on my wall. My parents. My golden eye ability kicks in, a memory playback function. I quickly learn the person behind my parents' death is my stepmother, Wang Kuifen, and my girlfriend, Chen Lu, has been sneaking out every night to meet a rich guy. Fine. Let's deal with stepmother Wang Kuifen first, then go find Chen Lu. I'll make sure she and... The moment I step into the Ling family mansion, I hear crashing sounds and Wang Kuifen screaming hysterically. Don't worry, I'll get it sorted soon. That kid Lingshan will sign the transfer papers, and this house will be mine. Then I can pay you all back. A slap cuts off her cries. I push the door open. The living room is a mess. Wang Kuifen, usually so proud and put together, is kneeling on the floor, hair a mess, a red handprint across her face. In the middle of the room sits Brother Hu, the underground loan shark boss of the city, with 4 men behind him holding steel pipes. I walk in calmly, ignoring everyone, straight toward the center of the room. Brother Hu turns to look at me. His info pops up in my head, too. Target, Brother Hu. Combat power, 65. Peak human level. Weakness, extremely superstitious. Hidden illness, sharp chest pain every night at midnight. I don't move, just speak softly. If your hand touches my face, you won't be able to hold chopsticks for the rest of your life. And that pain in your chest, doesn't it hit exactly at midnight? Brother Hu freezes. Even his own men don't know that secret. Are you kidding me? His voice shakes. I don't answer. I just walk calmly toward the wrecked bookshelf, looking for my mother's old purple. Being the first in line to inherit pushes him to force me to sign over the house. This house will be yours. Brother Hu's eyes flicker. With millions on the line, his fear fades fast. His face hardens. Boys, grab him. If he doesn't sign today, we cut off a finger. 4 thugs charge forward, swinging steel pipes. I sigh, my back still turned. Why do you always make me get violent? Before I finish speaking, I spin around and deliver one simple sidekick. The man in front flies back 5 meters like he was hit by a truck, slamming into the wall, knocked out cold. Dead silence. The remaining 3 thugs gulp and turn to face a stunned Wang Kuifen. Wang Kuifen, don't you want this house and the Ling family's assets? Fine, I'll give it to you. She freezes. I turn to Brother Hu, smirking. I pull out a black card. Got your card machine? Yes, I do. Total is 58 million. I toss him the card. Pay it all off. Transaction successful. Wang Kuifan's eyes light up with wild joy. This idiot is actually paying her debt. She perks right up. Lingchen, smart move. Since you paid it off, we're even now. Get out. This house belongs to me. But my next words send her straight to hell. Who said I paid your debt? This money was for buying that debt from the lender. From now on, you owe it to me. Her smile freezes. Her brain catches up fast, and she instantly flips her attitude, glaring viciously at Brother Hu. I'm the young master here now. Anything you need, Brother Hu. Want me to help you collect the interest? Brother Hu decides to call the police. Lingchen, this... I take the wooden box and walk to the door, then stop and turn to Wang Kuifan. I'll give you two choices. First, leave this house right now with nothing, not even the clothes on your back. Second, pay off your full debt within 3 days. 1 second late, and I call the police. I'll charge you with fraud and embezzlement. Then I look at Brother Hu. If you don't make sure Wang Kuifan pays on time, I'll charge you with assault. There's security footage at the door. These charges are enough to put you all behind bars for good. With that, I walk out of the mansion, Wang Kuifan's furious screaming, and Brother Hu's men starting to trash the place behind me. Standing in the sunlight, hearing all that noise, I feel pretty great. But the next second, the system drops a new mission. Spend 100 million within 2 hours. Failure penalty. Random loss of a bodily function, e.g., permanent. 3 seconds. I twitch at the punishment. System, you're brutal. But honestly, spending money, that's probably the easiest task in the world. One flag down a taxi and head straight to SKP, the top luxury mall in Zhongcheng. The moment I get out, a red Ferrari roars up and stops right in front of me. The window rolls down. It's my ex-girlfriend, Chen Lu. Look who came to this fancy place. The security here won't even let beggars in. When the Ling family fell apart, Chen Lu dumped me instantly and jumped into the arms of a rich guy. I don't get mad. Actually, I smile. Perfect. My spending mission needs an audience anyway. Yeah, here to beg, I say, smiling brightly. But today I'm not begging for food. I'm here to buy the whole mall. The car door opens, and Chen Lu steps out with a man in a loud, flowery shirt. He looks me up and down with beady eyes, sneering. Lulu, this is your delivery boy X? Handsome face, but broke as hell. The AC in here charges by the minute. Let me introduce you. This is my current husband, Zhang Zhiqiang. His family's in the sword material business, worth several hundred million. She stresses several hundred million, eyes daring me to show jealousy or shame. But she's disappointed. I just stand there calmly, my eyes flat, like I'm looking at empty air. Move, I say plainly, walking forward. Zhang Zhiqiang, furious at being ignored, steps in front of me and reaches out to shove my shoulder. Right as his hand is about to touch me, my system scans him instantly. Current gear. Versace shirt, real. Richard Mill RM. 011 watch. Fake, domestic movement. Not the genuine mechanism. Financial status. Credit card maxed out. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Even the Ferrari he's driving is a rental, and today's rental fee hasn't been paid. My smile turns sharp. I lean in close, lowering my voice just enough for the passers-by nearby to hear. Too bad. A real Richard Mill has an irregular grain pattern on the case. Yours is way too even. And the date window on a genuine one aligns perfectly. It's 1:59 right now. It's true. He bought that 3,000 yuan replica specifically to impress gold diggers like Chen Lu. He never imagined a delivery guy could spot it in one glance. You're talking nonsense. This is real. You wouldn't know a real one if it hit you. Zhang Zhiqiang instinctively covers his wrist, bluffing hard despite the fear underneath. Lulu, ignore this loser. Let's go to Hermes and get you a bag. He grabs a confused Chen Lu, clearly trying to escape. Perfect. I need to buy some stuff too, I say, following right behind them unhurried. This is Ski. If you can even afford a pair of socks here, I'll eat it on the spot. Zhang Zhiqiang laughs like he just heard the funniest joke, stopping to mock me. Remember what you said. I walk through the revolving doors into the cool, air-conditioned lobby. SKP's first floor holds the world's top luxury brands, the air thick with expensive perfume. Welcome to Patek Philippe, says the greeter at the door. His smile widens even more. Sir, madam, welcome. Zhang Ziqiang, trying to save face, speaks loudly. Bring out your most expensive watch. I'm picking one for my girlfriend. He shoots me a mocking glance. What? The delivery guy's here to enjoy the AC too? Careful not to break the glass counter. You couldn't pay it off even if we sold you. Only a young intern, still fairly new, hesitantly walks over with a glass of water. Sir? Hello. Is there anything I can help with? It's fine if you're just looking. Her eyes are clear and sincere, not judging me at all. See, I told you he's just here for the AC. Where's security, letting anyone in? Chen Lu bursts out laughing when she hears this. Sir, if you're not buying anything, please don't take up our staff's time. There's a waiting area over there. A senior sales rep walks over, coldly bowing to me, but instead turning to the young intern with a smile, pointing at the Nautilus 6102P in the center of the counter. Its Nautilus falls over the room. Ha, Lulu, did you hear that? He said he'll take them all. That's over 20 million. Did the delivery job fry his brain? Zhang Ziqiang bursts into exaggerated laughter. Sir, don't joke around. This is Patek Philippe, not a wet market. If you keep talking nonsense, I'll call security. The senior sales rep's face darkens, assuming I'm just causing trouble. Sir, that Nautilus 6102P is priced at 2.8 million, and it requires VIP approval just to be on the waiting list. The intern, terrified too, stammers, approval. I pull out a black card from the pocket of my $30 jeans and set it gently on the glass counter with a crisp click. Go swipe it. Password 688. If it doesn't go through, I'll eat this whole counter. My voice isn't loud, but it carries an unmistakable pressure. The trembling intern takes the card, looking helplessly at the store manager for guidance. He's a middle-aged man who's seen a lot, and he's been watching me closely. The moment he spots that black card, his pupils shrink to pinpoints. That's the legendary Unlimited Centurion black card. No, wait. This material is even higher grade than the black card. This is the ultra-rare Dragon card. Only 10 exist worldwide. Go swipe it now. The manager's voice trembles, nearly cracking. Bring the POS machine. I'll swipe it myself. Zhang Ziqiang is still laughing, thinking it's some fake membership card from a... We'll pack these up right away, sir. Should we deliver them to your residence or... The manager, holding the black card with both hands, bows 90 degrees, his attitude sinking to the floor. No need, I say, casually strapping the 2.8 million watch onto my wrist. Just bag the rest. I'll carry them myself. A bag? The manager freezes, using a plastic bag for tens of millions worth of watches. Zhang Ziqiang and Chen Lu are completely stunned. How is it Yifeng? Wasn't the Ling family bankrupt? Wasn't he kicked out of his home? He didn't even blink while swiping that card. Zhang Ziqiang feels like he's been slapped hard across the face, burning with humiliation. Just moments ago, he was showing off his fake 1.5 million watch, and this guy just casually bought over 20 million worth of real ones, bagging them like grocery shopping. Chen Lu stares, jaw dropped, at the dazzling watch on my wrist, regretting everything instantly. If only she hadn't mocked me earlier. If only she'd... Ling Chen. Her voice trembles, trying to force out a pathetic smile. She shoves Zhang Ziqiang's hand away and moves closer to me. So this was all a test. I never forgot about you. That Zhang guy just wouldn't stop chasing me. I take the bag full of luxury watches and swing it around like garbage. Who said something about eating socks earlier? I glance at pale-faced Zhang Ziqiang. He steps back and hits the counter. What are you going to do? My dad? I have no interest in your dad. I turn and walk out, passing by the senior sales rep who looked down on me earlier. My steps slow slightly. She's shaking all over. Sir, this whole order's commission goes to her, I say, pointing at the intern. As for you, I hope I don't see you here next time. The manager immediately gets the message and fires her on the spot. Thank you so much, sir. Today's commission alone could buy her a place. Spent 28.5 million. Remaining budget 71.5 million. Time left 1 hour 20 minutes. I walk straight into the Armani flagship store next door. All new season items on this floor, 3 of each. Next door at Gucci. Those limited crocodile skin suitcases. Use them to pack the clothes. Full set of La Mer skincare, 100 sets. Send them to the delivery drivers at my old station. Over the next hour, the entire SKP mall goes into full-blown shock. A mysterious figure in plain Uniqlo sweeps through every luxury store like a storm. He doesn't even look at prices, just says one thing, and pack it up. The mall's general manager personally leads 20 security guards trailing behind, carrying bags. Zhang Ziqiang and Chen Lu, like two forgotten clowns, trail dumbly at the back. Where's he getting all this money from? Chen Lu's nails dig into her palm, eyes red. It's got to be dirty money. I'm reporting him. Zhang Ziqiang grinds his teeth. Suddenly, the mall's speakers crackle to life. Dear valued customers, SKP will close 30 minutes early today. A distinguished guest has reserved the entire rooftop garden restaurant and invited the renowned pianist Lang Lang for a live, smiling slightly. This was also part of the system's spending list. That service fee alone cost $5 million. I checked the panel. Mission complete. Total spent, $105 million. Congratulations, host, on completing your first act of extravagance. Bonus reward, cashback critical hit, $1 billion cash deposited. Additionally, a 51% ownership transfer agreement for SKP Mall is now active. Bonus round activated. I blink in surprise. SKP is mine now. The mall manager, receiving the call, turns pale and rushes over, dropping to one knee. Boss, I didn't realize you were here. My apologies for the poor welcome. You now own 51% of the group's shares. From this moment on, you run this place. That single kneel makes everyone around go silent in shock. Zhang Ziqiang collapses onto the floor. I nod calmly at the kneeling Wang Dahai. Get up. Since I'm the boss now, here's my first order. I point at Zhang Ziqiang and Chen Lu nearby. These two are ruining my shopping mood. Throw them out. From now on, they're banned from every SKP location. Also that fake watch on his wrist. It's security. Move. 20 guards pounce like hungry wolves. No, Lingchen. You can't treat me like this. I'm Lulu. I'm the person you love most. Chen Lu screams as she's dragged out. Let go of me. My dad won't let this go. Zhang Ziqiang keeps shouting until he's pinned to the ground, his watch ripped off and crushed underfoot. Their screams fade into the distance. I stand at the top of the escalator, looking over what's now my own business empire. My phone rings, an unknown number. Hello, is this Mr. Lingchen? I'm Sequanqing. Her voice sounds calm but tired. I heard you just bought SKP. I'm at the cafe below right now. There's a business partnership matter I'd like to discuss in person. Suwanqing. I raise an eyebrow, so she's been here the whole time. Sure, I'm hungry too. But I don't drink coffee. I want hot pot noodle soup. Would that work for you, boss lady? There's a 3-second silence. Fine. As long as you agree to meet, I'll eat anything. I hang up, grinning wide. Looks like this game is about to get more interesting. The night in Zhangcheng feels like ink spilled across a canvas. The chaos of Red Star Street in the old district burning strange, glowing holes into it. A Rolls-Royce Phantom, plate number Zhang A, 8888. Rolls in like an aristocrat who wandered into a slum. It carefully navigates the potholed, wet road, stopping outside a small noodle stall run by Fat Sister. The doors open automatically, and Su Wanqing steps out. Sitting on a plastic red stool by the road, I look up, breaking apart a pair of disposable chopsticks. Piles of designer shopping bags from SKP are scattered carelessly on the oily ground beside me like trash. What, boss lady, think it's too dirty here? I blow the dust off a plastic stool. Sit down. The beef balls here are the best in the whole city. She takes a deep breath, elegantly lifting her skirt, and sits across from me. Mr. Lingchen, you're really funny, Su Wanqing says, studying me. I thought someone worth billions who casually buys an entire mall would have higher standards for dining. Money should set you free, not chain you down, I say, sliding the menu toward her. Order whatever you want, boss lady. I'm paying. Don't hold back just because it's cheap. She looks at the menu. Prices like 2 yuan for seaweed, 1 yuan for this, 1 for that. Her feelings are mixed. She's read my file. 24 hours ago, I was a delivery driver fighting for coins in the rain. And now here she is, sitting across from someone whose presence even she, a seasoned business. Just get me something random, Su Wanqing says, setting the menu down, her eyes on me. Mr. Lingchen, let's talk business, about saving Duoduo, and about you acquiring SKP. I raise a finger to my lips. No business talk during meals. It's bad for digestion. Boss, 2 big bowls, mild spice, extra vinegar. Coming right up. Oh, little Chen brought his girlfriend today. She's so pretty. Fat sister comes over cheerfully with 2 steel bowls. This girl looks so thin. Eat more. It's on the house tonight. Su Wanqing's face instantly flushes red to her ears, waving her hands. No, I'm not. I'm his creditor. That little interruption instantly cuts the tension in half from her carefully planned negotiation stance. She hesitates, then adds a piece of cabbage into her mouth. Spicy, hot, sour. The intense flavor makes her gasp involuntarily, tears welling up. Slow down. No one's stealing your food. I hand her a tissue. She takes it, wiping her mouth a bit awkwardly. In that moment, she drops the usual armor she carries on her shoulders, revealing a bit of raw, lively warmth. Lingchen, Su Wanqing suddenly says, her voice softer. Thank you, not just for saving Duo, but also, actually, about SKP. She pauses, about to reveal a secret. As I eat my beef balls, I quietly activate my golden eye, looking through Su Wanqing's polished face. A stream of red data flickers rapidly above her head. Target, Su Wanqing. Status, CEO of Su Group. Current state, extremely anxious, nearly at breaking point. Core Crisis 1. Cash flow collapse, sabotaged by rival Tiansheng Capital. Funding gap of 800 million. Crisis 2. Internal trader. Design director Li Hao has been bought off by Tiansheng, planning to leak the core bid price at tomorrow's competition. Crisis 3. Signed a betting agreement with the family elders. If the company fails to profit this quarter, she'll lose her CEO position and be forced into marriage with Tiansheng's eldest son. Countdown to complete collapse. 12 hours. My chewing pauses for a second. Wow, that's... Forgive me for being blunt, but right now you should probably be worrying about more than the venue for your press conference. From what I know, your company's accounts probably can't even cover the rental for SKP's rooftop. Su Wanqing's chopsticks freeze. A piece of pork ball drops right back into her bowl. A few drops of red oil splash onto her pale hand. She doesn't even wipe it off, staring at me in shock. How do you know that? Are you a corporate spy? That's classified information. Only me and the finance director know, not even the vice president. I'm your savior, not a spy. I pull out a tissue and naturally take her hand, wiping the oil off it. My fingers are warm. The moment I touch her cold skin, she flinches like she's been shocked, but doesn't pull away. And I don't just know you're broke, my expression sharpens. I also know why things are this bad. Someone close to you is a traitor. Su Wanqing's face goes pale. Right then, her phone buzzes furiously. Caller ID, Design Director Li Hao. She glances at me. I gesture, go ahead. She picks up. Li, how's the proposal for tomorrow coming along? A panicked, guilty voice answers. Boss, something terrible happened. Our servers just got hacked. All the design files and data for the Oasis project are locked and destroyed. Even the backup drive is broken. What? Su Wanqing jumps to her feet so fast she knocks over the plastic stool behind her. How is that possible? Our firewall is top tier, and the backup drive is in your own safe. How did it break? I don't know either, boss. The bidding meeting is at 9 tomorrow morning. There's no time to redo it. Tiansheng probably already had their plan ready. We're finished. The phone slips from her hand, crashing to the ground. She looks completely drained, legs weak, about to collapse. Forgetting the stool is already knocked over. Just as she's about to fall onto the greasy floor, I catch her with one hand, calmly picking up the phone with the other, still connected to Li Hao. Nice performance. You deserve an Oscar. The voice on the other end freezes completely. Who is this? Where's the boss? Who I am doesn't matter, I say coldly into the phone. What matters, Li Hao, is that you'd better pray that 2 million yuan payoff from Tiansheng buys you a decent wheelchair. I hang up, tossing the phone back on the table. Su Wanqing leans against me, shaking all over, eyes hollow. It's over, completely over. That was our last chance to turn things around. Without the design, tomorrow I default on the contract, owe 300 million in damages. The Su family will destroy me. At this moment, she's no longer the ice-cold CEO, just a woman completely helpless. Why panic? My voice sounds calm and clear, even amid the noisy night market, carrying a reassuring, steady quality. I steady her, hands on her shoulders, forcing her to look me in the eye. Design gone? we draw new ones. Money gone? We earn more. As long as no one's dead, the game isn't over. There's no time to redraw. Her eyes redden, tears welling. Less than 10 hours left. That's 3 months of work from dozens of designers. Who says there's no time? I let go, turning to pick up the luxury bags off the ground, my eyes gleaming with the excited spark of a hunter spotting prey. Let's go. Go where? Su Wanqing looks lost. To your office, I say, a wild, confident smirk curling on my lips. Since Li Hao claims the data is gone, I'll show him what a real miracle looks like. And tonight, we're playing a little ghost hunting game. 30 minutes later, at the Su Group Tower in Zhangcheng CBD, the whole building is lit up. The design department is in complete chaos. Dozens of designers staring at black screens, some crying, some cursing. Director Li Hao stands in the middle, pretending to direct the tech team's repair effort, while glancing at his watch, hiding a barely noticeable smirk. Just needs to stall a bit longer. Just then, commotion erupts at the door. The boss is here. Li Hao instantly puts on a devastated expression, rushing forward. Boss, you're finally here. I'm so sorry, But instead of seeing the collapsed, hopeless Su Wanqing he expected, she strides in confidently. Her eyes are still slightly red, but her presence feels even sharper than usual. Beside her walks a young man in an Armani suit, carrying a bag of hot pot noodle takeout. Boss, who is this? Li Hao asks, startled. I'm here to deliver food, I say, casually setting the bag down on the meeting table, then walking calmly toward Li Hao. He feels a chill under my gaze. Boss, is now really the time to bring in outsiders to cause trouble? I stand in front of him and suddenly smile. Director Li, your acting is a bit too forced. You said the servers were hacked and all the data's destroyed? Yes, the tech team is working on it right now. Li Hao's scalp tingles. Is that so? I walk over to the main control computer, my fingers flying across the keyboard. System. Host-activated God-level permanent hacking skill. Infiltrating the local network, tracing data flow, restoring underlying code. The originally garbled black screen suddenly comes alive, green code scrolling at dizzying speed. The tech supervisor nearby stares, stunned. What kind of typing speed is that? He's writing a reverse tracking program. Under a minute later, I hit enter. The pitch-black screen instantly lights up, but instead of the design file, it shows a replayed surveillance recording and a detailed chat log screenshot. The footage shows Li Hao, half an hour earlier, plugging a USB drive into the server and messaging someone saved as Mr. Zhao Tianxing. Done. Data deleted. That naive woman Su Wanqing is finished. Total silence. Every designer's gaze cuts toward Li Hao like knives. His face turns liver-colored, cold sweat pouring down. Let's see you turn this around now. Ha ha ha. Li Hao keeps laughing hysterically as he's dragged away. Catching the traitor feels satisfying, but the design files are still truly gone. The office falls back into desperate silence. The tech supervisor asks weakly, Master, since you restored the surveillance, can you also recover the design files? I shake my head. It was physically destroyed, can't be recovered. Everyone's hearts sink to the bottom. But then my whole tone shifts. I walk to the head of the meeting table, sit down, open a hot pot noodle box, and say casually, those garbage designs are gone? Good riddance. Using something like that for the bid was embarrassing anyway. What did you say? The design director, Zhu Lin, snaps furiously. That was 3 months of our blood and sweat. I ignore the angry crowd and look at Su Wanqing instead. Got a stylus? And paper? She hesitates, then hands over her tablet and stylus without thinking. What are you planning? I take the pen, spinning it once in a smooth motion. At that moment, my system store activates again. Detected. Host facing a God-tier emergency rescue situation. Redeemable item. Future level top advertising concept graphics package. Price, 10 million. Lines and composition. A visual impact straight from the future. I lean down, pen touching the screen. Since you all thought that garbage was blood and sweat, I say calmly while drawing, then tonight I'll teach you what real art looks like. Over the next hour, everyone in the Su Group's design department goes through a total collapse and rebuilding of their worldview. The man they once saw as a delivery driver now moves like a human printer, his hand speed leaving afterimages. One breathtaking, jaw-dropping concept image after another appears on screen. The lighting, perspective, and color completely redefine current design theory. Yet somehow, this lighting technique, my God, this is a masterpiece. The assistant who doubted me earlier is now kneeling beside me, handing over water. When the final key visual is complete, I put down the pen and rub my wrist. On screen is a poster titled Rebirth. In the image, atop ruins, a mechanical rose blooms in the pouring rain. Its mood mirrors both me and Su Wanqing in her darkest hour. She looks at the artwork, tears silently sliding down. "Lingchen," she says, turning to look at the man calmly eating cold noodles. In this moment, her last defenses fully collapse. "Don't get emotional yet," I say, swallowing a meatball, looking up with fierce determination in my eyes. "It's not over. Now it's time to close the trap. Tomorrow morning at the bidding meeting, I'm going to make Tiansheng Capital spit out everything they swallowed with interest." I stand, walking to the floor-to-ceiling window overlooking the night skyline. "Boss lady, dare to play a big game with me?" Su Wanqing walks over to stand beside me, no more confusion in her eyes, just steady determination. "Why not? Even if we lose, worst case, I'll join you delivering food." I laugh. "Delivering food? That's off the table now." I lean in close to her ear. "After all, the passenger seat in my car is reserved only for my future wife." The day of Zhang Cheng's new final bidding round, a project worth 10 billion, deciding who becomes the city's next decade of commercial dominance. The parking lot is filled with luxury cars. A flashy neon green Lamborghini roars in aggressively, parking crooked in the VIP spot, even crossing the line. Its scissor doors swing up, and out steps a young man in a white suit with slicked-back hair, Zhao Yushin, heir of Tiansheng Capital. The mastermind determined to push Su Group to the brink of collapse. Behind him walks a smug Li Hao, bailed out just last night, the Su Group's former design director. "Don't worry, boss," Li Hao says, sporting 2 black eyes and swollen bruises, his eyes still wild with excitement. "Su Wanqing is completely done. I personally deleted their data, even wiped the backup drive clean. Unless a miracle happens, she's showing up with nothing but blank pages tomorrow." Zhao Yushin adjusts his tie, smirking coldly. "Well done. Once the Su family collapses, that proud woman, Su Wanqing, will finally be at my mercy." As he speaks, a black Audi glides in. That's Su Wanqing's car. Compared to the supercars around it, it looks unusually modest, almost shabby. Zhao Yushin whistles, walking over with Li Hao to block the car door. Well, if it isn't our beautiful Miss Su." The door opens. Su Wanqing steps out. After a night of turmoil and transformation, she looks surprisingly great today. A sharp-cut navy business outfit accentuates her tall, elegant figure. Her peach blossom eyes no longer hold yesterday's anxiety, replaced instead with a deep, unshakable calm. I've swapped into a dark gray casual business look, no tie, exuding an effortless, relaxed elegance. I carry a silver metal briefcase, holding that jaw-dropping masterpiece inside. "Get out of the way," Su Wanqing says coldly, not even glancing at Zhao Yushin. He's momentarily thrown off, then his face darkens. "Su Wanqing, still acting tough while facing death, huh? Heard your design team was crying all night, even burned their own servers. Guess you're here to just surrender and beg me to buy your company." His eyes crawl over her, voice lowering. Before he can finish, a hand suddenly swats through the air in front of him, like shooing away a fly. "Hey, you over there. Watch your bad breath. Don't stink up my boss." I step in front of Su Wanqing, hands in my pockets, eyes cold as ice. "Who the hell are you?" Zhao Yushin shouts, pointing at me furiously. "Since when do you get to talk here, some driver?" Li Hao chimes in eagerly. "Boss, that's the delivery guy from last night, the jinx who ruined our plan." "Delivery guy?" Zhao Yushin sneers. "Su Wanqing, have you lost your mind bringing a delivery driver to a $10 billion bidding event? Are you planning to bribe the judges with noodles?" A few nearby representatives from other companies can't help but chuckle too. I don't get angry. Instead, I activate my golden eye. Target, Zhao Yushin. Status, extremely overconfident, empty inside. Level 2, hidden items. Bid floor price document, hidden in inner pocket, a bottle of blue pills. Key info, has bribed the judging panel. Lead Judge Professor Zhang. Agreed signal. Touching his nose. Transfer record saved in an encrypted phone. My mouth curls up slightly. Bribing the judges? Interesting. So you're the young master, huh? I step closer, leaning in near Zhao Yushin's ear. Professor Zhang has expensive taste, you know. That little bribe you paid might not sit well with his stomach. Zhao Yushin's smile instantly freezes, his pupils shrinking in shock. How does this kid know about the pill? More importantly, how does he know about Professor Zhang? Before he can even react, I've already pulled Su Wanqing by the arm, walking off toward the elevator as if stepping past garbage. Lingchen, what did you say to him? Why did his face turn so pale? She asks curiously in the elevator. Just told him his fortune, I say with a mysterious smile. Boss lady, just deliver your presentation later. Leave the rest to me. The bidding hall carries a heavy, serious atmosphere. 5 judges sit up front. The bald man in the middle is the industry authority, Professor Zhang. The audience is packed with Zhongcheng's business elite, and the back rows are lined with reporters and cameras. Now please welcome Tiansheng Capital to present their proposal. As the host finishes speaking, Zhao Yushin steps up with Li Hao. Despite the earlier scare, back on his home turf, Zhao Yushin regains his cocky swagger. Esteemed judges, honored guests, he announces confidently, gesturing at the big screen. Tiansheng Capital's proposal is called Urban Oasis, an integrated eco-friendly sky garden. As the slides play, the crowd murmurs in astonishment. Su Wanqing's face changes instantly. That's our original design. Her fist clenches, knuckles white. Sure enough, Li Hao deleted Su Group, the exact content, an almost pixel-perfect copy of Su Group's earlier design. Shameless, Su Wanqing thinks, teeth clenched. On stage, Li Hao, presenting as lead speaker, is discussing layered structure. This double helix aerial corridor is our original patent. This photosynthetic glasswood wall is also our exclusive original creation. Down in the audience, I smirk coldly, pulling out my phone, fingers flying across the screen. System command. Infiltrate the venue's projection system. Connect it. Since you want a copy, let's do it properly. On stage, Li Hao is hitting his climax. This is our team's half-year effort, absolutely unique in the industry. Just then, the big screen suddenly flickers and splits into a massive comparison view. On the left is the urban oasis currently being presented. On the right, shockingly, is Su Group's internal meeting recording from 3 months ago. The footage has a clear timestamp showing Su Group's design team discussing the exact same blueprint. Isn't this the same design? Even the colors match. This was stolen outright. A company as big as Tiansheng Capital pulling something like this? On stage, Li Hao's voice cuts off like a strangled duck. He stares in horror at the screen, cold sweat instantly soaking through his back. What's happening? Who switched the screen? Turn it off! Turn it off now! Zhao Yushin, furious, rushes to the control booth. What the hell are you doing? Are you trying to get killed? The tech operator looks completely innocent. I didn't touch anything. The computer's out of control, like it's infected. But before they can scramble to pull the plug, the big screen flashes a line of blood-red text. The thief's disgrace. Originality is dead, not because you're incapable, but because all you can do is scavenge. Then the screen goes black, and everything returns to normal. I sit calmly in the audience, quietly slipping my phone back into my pocket, popping a mint Su Wanqing gave me. Was that a broadcast malfunction? Su Wanqing stares, stunned by what just happened, her earlier anger completely gone. No, I say, crunching the candy. That's called setting the mood. I glance at Professor Zhang. His face has turned green. But now his reputation is about to be ruined tomorrow. Ugh. Professor Zhang forces himself to pick up the microphone. Tiansheng Capital's proposal has serious controversy. It's pending review. Next up, Su Group. Zhao Yushin slinks off the stage, defeated. As he passes me, his eyes are full of venom, like a snake. Kid, this was you, wasn't it? You'll pay for this. Once we're outside, I'll make sure you're bloodied in the street. I don't even look up. That's how you ask someone for mercy? Better bring extra tissues. Don't want you crying too ugly. Su Wanqing takes a deep breath and stands up. Every eye in the room turns to her, some sympathetic, some curious, some skeptical. After that dramatic crash of a scene, everyone's now dying of curiosity about Sue Group's new design. She walks onto the stage without a single note card, and no printed material either. She simply stands quietly at the center of the stage, the spotlight hitting her like a queen about to be crowned. "Everyone," Su Wanqing's voice is cool and steady, "you just saw the so-called urban oasis. Yes, that used to be Sue Group's discarded draft. Why was it discarded? Because it's outdated." The crowd gasps. Outdated? That plan, even though it was stolen, was still top-tier industry work. "So as not to waste anyone's time," Su Wanqing looks to me, standing at the side. "Assistant Lin, begin." I nod, opening the silver medal case. But instead of pulling out documents, I take out a fist-sized black crystal, a portable holographic projector redeemed from the system store, priced at 5 million. I place the crystal center stage. "What is that?" Necks stretch curiously. The next second, a deep blue light beam shoots skyward, instantly expanding to fill the entire convention hall. The originally bright venue suddenly dims, replaced by a massive, breathtakingly real virtual city floating in midair. No longer a flat slideshow, no longer a 2D rendering. Everyone feels as if they've been transported through time, standing inside a cyberpunk-style future metropolis. Giant neon signs flash overhead. Anti-gravity transit tracks weave between skyscrapers. Every brick, every tile is crystal clear. Even the facial expressions of virtual pedestrians on the streets are visible. And at the center of it all, a building shaped like a blooming mechanical lotus slowly rotates. That's Sue Group's new proposal. Rebirth. Whoa, what is this technology? Naked eye, absolutely mind-blowing. Compared to this, urban oasis from earlier looks like a countryside outhouse. The whole room erupts. Reporters snap photos like crazy, camera flashes lighting the room like daylight. Su Wanqing stands inside the giant virtual lotus like a fairy among flowers. She reaches out, lightly touching the virtual interface. The entire building instantly disassembles and reassembles, revealing a breathtaking internal commercial flow system. "We don't define the future," Su Wanqing's voice echoes through surround sound. "We create it. No question about it. This is a massacre, a dimensional, crushing defeat." Looks like his jaw is about to drop out of his mouth. In front of a miracle like this, if he dares say a single no, the crowd's fanatical energy might tear him apart. I give it full marks. This is art. This is a work that defines a generation. Another judge stands, applauding excitedly. Thunderous applause erupts, lasting minutes. Below, Zhao Yuchen's face turns ashen, slumping into his chair. He knows it's over. No matter how much money or connections he has, in the face of pure, overwhelming skill, it all becomes a joke. We won. Su Wanqing looks at the roaring crowd below, eyes slightly red. She glances toward me, standing in the shadows at the edge of the stage, twirling that 5 million yuan crystal in my hand, winking at her and silently mouthing, "My boss lady, so powerful." The bidding ends. Su Group wins the Future City project by an overwhelming margin. The moment the news breaks, Su Group's previously crashing stock rockets straight up, hitting the daily limit. Outside the convention center, Su Wanqing is swarmed by reporters. "Miss Su, was that holographic tech developed in-house? Miss Su, who's the lead designer behind that proposal? Can you introduce?" But the man responsible for it all is nowhere to be found. In the alley behind the convention center, I lean against a wall, smoking. In front of me, 2 men kneel, a beaten-up Li Hao and a pale, trembling Zhao Yuchen. Around them stand a dozen men in black suits and sunglasses, led by Wu Jie, the loan shark who converted just last night, now the head of my security detail. "Lingchen, sir, boss. I was wrong. I had eyes, but couldn't see who I was dealing with," Zhao Yuchen says, all his earlier arrogance gone. He stares at the thick steel pipe in Wu Jie's hand, terrified enough to wet himself. "Do I need money?" I laugh, pulling out a check, writing a number on it, and flicking it at Zhao Yuchen's face. "This is 10 million, compensation for you calling me a delivery driver earlier. And yes, you're paying me, not the other way around." Zhao Yuchen freezes. I pay you?" "That's right. I don't need money, but I hate people owing me." My eyes turn icy. "Wu Jie, teach the young master how to write an IOU. Interest, calculate at the same rate he used at the underground casinos in Macau." You got it, boss. This is my specialty. Wu Jie grins, closing in. I stand up, ignoring the desperate screams behind me, and walk out of the... You're the star of tonight. I won't start without you. Her voice carries a dependency and warmth I've never heard before. Skip the banquet. I'm not into that scene, I say, looking out at the Sioux Group ad rolling across a distant CBD building. Boss lady, don't forget our deal. Keep that passenger seat reserved for me. There's a 2-second silence on her end. Then she suddenly says, Lingchen, I don't want the passenger seat. I want you to be the driver, driving forever. Would you? It's practically a confession. I pause for a moment, then laugh. This ice-cold CEO is melting fast. Just as I'm about to tease her about it, the system suddenly blares a harsh red alert in my head. Warning! Warning! Detected excessive use of future technology, triggering a critical response from the Underground World Organization. Global elite assassin group Black Mamba has accepted a contract. Target, Lingchen. Bounty, $100 million, funded by the Zhao family's Zhao Yushin. Payment countdown, 30 minutes until the first wave of assassins arrives. My smile free cold seriousness. The old ones came out, I say into the phone to Su Wanqing. Wanqing, cancel the banquet. Go home immediately. Lock every door and window. Have Brother Hu's men surround your villa. No matter what you hear, don't come outside. What's wrong? Lingchen, you're scaring me. Her voice instantly panics. It's fine, I say, looking up at a black helicopter circling in the distant sky. Just some trash that needs cleaning up. Tonight, I'll make sure the entire underground world of Zhongcheng knows exactly who's really in charge. Zhongcheng's CBD remains lively as ever, neon lights painting the night sky in ambiguous purples and reds. But behind the convention center, in the old industrial district slated for demolition, the air feels frozen solid. The black helicopter doesn't attack directly. It circles twice like a scavenger, then hovers atop an abandoned building a kilometer away. I stand alone at an empty intersection, the cigarette between my fingers burned down to the filter. Come on out, I say, flicking away the cigarette. As a top international assassin organization, are you really going to hide in the sewers like rats? The dead silence surrounds me. Suddenly, a faint whoosh, like death's own sigh. For a regular person, this specially made armor-piercing round would have blown their skull open instantly. But I'm not a regular person. Through my golden eye, the incoming bullet trails a long thermal signature, moving like a snail. I don't even move my feet, just a slight tilt of my head, barely noticeable. The bullet skims past my hair, slamming into a concrete pillar behind me, blasting out a massive crater. Is this all you've got? I look up, my gaze traveling 500 meters, locking precisely onto the sniper hidden behind a billboard. Black Mamba, not that impressive. 500 meters away, atop a ruined building, a sniper codenamed Lone Fang watches through his night vision scope, seeing me still standing there, even gesturing toward him. Report, Captain. Target 1 dodged. Repeat, he dodged? That was an M200 sniper rifle, 500 meters out. That's impossible. Through the earpiece, his Captain Quish's voice comes back cold and disbelieving. Shut it! Squads B and C, move in, close combat. Don't give him a chance to breathe. Copy. At the command, 12 shadowy figures instantly emerge from the darkness surrounding the old industrial zone. Dressed in full tactical exoskeleton armor, armed with suppressed submachine guns and high-frequency vibration daggers, they move in perfect coordination like a pack of silent wolves, closing in from all directions. I stand at the center of the encirclement, my face showing no fear at all. Instead, a faint, bloodthirsty excitement. System, I want to buy something. Detected. Host in an S-tier combat environment. Stores smart recommend. 10-minute Terminator substitute. 800 experience card. 1 hour. Price. 100 million. 5th level, all-round master skill. Permanent. Price. 200 million. Yearly control item. Entry level. Price. 500 million. I glance at the pricing. My mouth curls into a cruel smile. I'll take the 8th level boxing style, Plan B. 200 million deducted. Downloading 8th level Fistmaster combat memory. Download complete. A terrifying surge of heat sweeps through my whole body. My bones crack like thunder. My once lean muscles instantly tighten, every fiber compressed with power strong enough to crack mountains. At this moment, the two lead assassins are already upon me. Twin high-frequency vibration daggers flashing cold light, striking simultaneously toward my throat and heart. Too slow. A cold voice sounds in their ears. Iron Mountain lean. I don't even throw a punch, just a slight shoulder drop, then a sudden charge into the assassin on my left. Boom! A bone-crunching thud. The man, wearing Kevlar body armor with exoskeleton reinforcement, gets hit like he's been struck by a speeding train, launching backward like a cannonball, crashing straight through a brick wall. The remaining 10 assassins freeze, eyes wide with shock. Fire! Fire! Don't let him get close! Captain Kushi screams wildly through the comms. Rapid gunfire erupts. Moving through the barrage of bullets, my golden eye is fully activated. Every bullet's trajectory appears as a clear, glowing line in my vision. There's no way to dodge one bullet. I just reach out and, with lightning speed, catch it midair with my bare fingers. Monster. He's a monster. I toss the bullet aside, body exploding forward. Now it's my turn. The next 3 minutes turn into a one-sided massacre. I move like Death's own scythe. Wherever I pass, someone falls. The raw power of 8-style boxing hits its absolute peak. Elbow strikes, precision hits, palm thrusts. Every move, their exoskeleton armor shatters like paper in front of me. One assassin tries to use a rocket launcher, but before he can pull the trigger, I kick his arm, snapping it. The launcher falls and explodes on the ground, launching him skyward himself. When the last assassin gets kicked flying, a scream echoes and the whole block falls silent again. I stand in the middle of the battlefield, my Armani suit not stained with a single drop of blood. Only my deep eyes still burn with lingering golden fire. I look up toward the top of that abandoned building. There's still one big fish left up there. Kushi's hands are shaking. He's been a mercenary for 20 years. Killed warlords in war zones, drained oil fields in the Middle East, seen every kind of dangerous character out there. But someone like me, single-handedly wiping out a fully armed elite squad in 3 minutes, he's never even heard of anything like it. Retreat! Retreat now! The intel was wrong. This isn't an S-rank job. It's a suicide-rank job. Kuishi shouts frantically into his mic while rapidly dismantling his sniper rifle, preparing to escape via zipline. Just as he turns, a cold voice sounds right behind him. Everyone's already here. Why not stay for a cup of... He whips out the Desert Eagle strapped to his thigh, firing instantly behind him. Bang! The gun fires, but I've already vanished. The next second, Kuish feels a cold sensation on his wrist, followed by searing pain. His right hand, still gripping the Desert Eagle, drops cleanly to the ground, the cut smooth as glass. In front of him, I'm casually toying with a thin, blood-stained piece of rusty scrap metal, a shard I picked up off the ground from an old can. Any leaf, any petal can become a weapon in the right hands. Kuish, screaming and gripping his severed wrist, drops to his knees, eyes full of despair and terror. Please, don't. I look at him like an ant. You threatened me. I crouch down, tapping his cold, sweaty face with the shard. You know what I hate most? People threatening me with things I can't even count. For example, I pull out my phone, opening a page. The dark web omniscient interface the system just unlocked. Black Mamba Assassin Organization headquarters, located on a private island in the Pacific International Waters. Total assets, approximately $30 billion. Current leader, codenamed Poison King. Real identity, illegitimate son of a fallen European noble family. I read the info aloud, and with every line, Kush's face turns whiter. You? How do you know all this? This is top secret. I keep tapping the screen rapidly. System, exchange for global top-tier hacking skill. God, his special communicator suddenly buzzes wildly, and not just his. At this exact moment, over 3,000 Black Mamba assassins scattered worldwide simultaneously receive a top-priority red alert. Ultimate bounty issued. Target, the entire Zhao family. Primary target, Zhao Yushin and his father, Zhao Gang. Codename, Bar God. Bounty, $1 billion. Bonus clause. Whoever takes Zhao Gang's head becomes the next Black Mamba leader. The current leader, Poison King, has been bought out by Rich Man Lin for $50 billion. Organization is now officially renamed. He never imagined someone could just buy out an entire assassin organization outright. Still don't believe it? I stand up, dusting off my hands. If you don't, check your bank account. As a welcome gift, I just sent every surviving assassin $1 million as a change of loyalty fee. Kuishi's phone buzzes. A bank alert. $1 million US. In this moment, his eyes toward me shift, no longer fear, but pure, fanatical worship. Boss, boss, Kuishi, ignoring his severed hand, slams his head against the floor over and over. I've been blind, unable to see a true master. I'll serve you loyally, through fire and water. Your fighting skills are decent, but you're a cripple now. I don't keep useless people around. Kuishi's face turns ashen, but then my tone shifts. But I happen to have a pill here. Take it, and your hand will grow back, and your strength will triple. A black pill appears in my hand. Basic regeneration pill from the system store, priced at $50 million. But it's poisonous. You'll need an antidote every 3 months. If you betray me, I'll take it. I'll take it. Kuishi grabs it without hesitation, swallowing it instantly. A miracle happens. His severed wrist begins regenerating flesh at a visible, unbelievable speed, stopping the bleeding, scabbing over, regrowing entirely. A miracle! This is a miracle! Kuishi weeps uncontrollably. I turn and walk toward the building's edge. Clean up the bodies here. I don't want any news about a shootout tomorrow. And tell everyone, the Zhao family, we're going to play with them slowly. Don't kill them too fast. First, cut off their money supply, then their connections. And finally, I want them kneeling outside Su Group's door, begging to die and unable to. Understood. From tonight, the Zhao family is completely erased from the underground world. One step off the building's 30-story edge, activating my newly acquired anti-gravity glider mid-fall, gliding away into the night like a giant black bat. Half an hour later, at Su Wanqing's private villa, the lights are all on. In the living room, Su Wanqing sits curled up on the couch, hugging a pillow, the TV on but unwatched. Beside her, Duo has already fallen asleep. I gently stroke her long hair. Silly girl, didn't I tell you? Some trash needed cleaning up. I look up at the night sky through the window. The dark clouds have cleared, revealing a bright full moon. From now on, I decide what happens in this city's nights. No one will ever be able to hurt you two again. Lingshan, who exactly are you? I lean down, kissing away the tear at the corner of her eye. I'm your miracle, and I'm also your knight. Meanwhile, at the other end of Zhangsheng, at the Zhao family mansion, Zhao Gang, Zhao Yushin's father and chairman of Zhao Corporation, sits anxiously in his study, waiting for good news. Why hasn't he replied yet? That useless Kuishi, what is he doing? Zhao Gang crushes his cigarette in the ashtray. Suddenly, the study door bursts open, and his butler rushes in, terrified. Sir, it's bad. Something terrible has happened. What's got you so panicked? Did the sky fall? Zhao Gang roars. The sky really did on our family. The stock crashed 90%, and a dozen major shareholders just called simultaneously demanding to withdraw their shares. What? Zhao Gang grabs the tablet, and one glance sends the room spinning. He coughs up blood right there. The dark web's front page displays his enlarged face with a bloody caption below. Full-scale hunt. Zhao family. Bounty. $1 billion. Who did this? Zhao Gang howls like a wounded, cornered beast. Right then, the study phone rings, an unknown number. Trembling, Zhao Gang answers. A voice-modulated tone, still dripping with menace, speaks. Good. Too bad. Black Mamba now belongs to Lin. Enjoy this last night. Tomorrow, when the sun rises, it'll mark the end of the Zhao family. Click. The phone slips from Zhao Gang's hand, and he collapses into his chair, eyes hollow. Outside the window, the family's once glorious lights now feel like they're guiding the way straight to hell. Mornings in Zhangsheng are usually busy but orderly. But today, the entire city's air feels suffocated by madness. It all traces back to a mysterious organization called Divine Punishment, which posted last night's dark web bounty, $1 billion, enough to buy half a small African. Zhao Corporation headquarters, once a symbol of Zhangsheng's elite power, is now completely surrounded. But it's not reporters or protesting workers at the gate. It's groups of fierce-eyed men with visibly concealed weapons. On the top floor, in the chairman's office, Zhao Gang looks like he's aged 10 years overnight. He slumps in his $1,000,000 rosewood chair, hair a mess, eyes bloodshot, gripping a satellite phone tightly. "Hello, Mayor Lee. It's me, old Zhao. I'm not asking for much. Please send special forces to protect me." "What, bad signal?" "Beep, beep, beep." Zhao Gang furiously stares out the window at the dense crowd below, swarming like ants. Just then, the heavy mahogany office door gets kicked open from outside. But it's not an assassin who walks in. It's his secretary. This woman, usually completely obedient to him, now walks in coldly, carrying a cardboard box. "Chairman Zhao, here's your resignation letter, already printed and ready. Please sign it." She tosses the paper right in his face. Also, the entire finance department has resigned. Before leaving, they split the last 300,000 yuan in the company account as severance. How dare you all rebel?" Zhao Gang shakes with rage. "I'm still the chairman. I'm not dead yet." The secretary scoffs, adjusting her glasses. "Chairman, don't be naive. Zhao Corp's stock is basically worthless now. The bank has frozen all assets, and this building's utility bills are 3 months overdue. You're a negative asset liability now. Who's still going to acknowledge you as chairman?" With that, she walks out without looking back, casually grabbing the solid gold pen holder off the desk on her way out. "Come back here. Put my gold pen down." Zhao Gang shouts, trying to chase her, but 2 burly bodyguards at the door block him, men he paid heavily to protect him. "Chairman, save your energy," one bodyguard says, chewing gum, eyes mocking. "We haven't left yet, only because someone paid us more to keep an eye on you. Make sure you don't try anything stupid." "Who?" The bodyguards say nothing, just step aside respectfully, clearing a path. From the end of the hallway comes the sound of unhurried footsteps, leather shoes clicking crisply against the marble floor, each step landing like it's striking directly on the Zhao father and son's hearts. A young man in a tailored navy suit walks in, arm looped with a stunning, ice-cool beauty, moving casually. Behind him trails a large group of elite men in suits, each carrying briefcases, looking like a professional legal task force. "Morning, Chairman Zhao." I walk into the office, glancing around this extravagant space. For the richest man in the city, your taste is a bit tacky. This gold cicada ornament, Cartier, right? I casually pick it up, flick it with disdain, then toss it straight into the trash bin with a clatter. Lingchen. Zhao Gang glares at the man in front of him, hatred practically overflowing from his eyes. "It was you. You're the one who put out that bounty. You monster. What exactly do you want? Killing without leaving a trace? What you're doing is illegal." I pull over a chair, letting Su Wanqing sit down, while I lean casually against the desk edge, looking down at Zhao Gang. "Last night, when you sent assassins to kill me, did you ever think about the law? Only officials get to burn down houses, and ordinary people can't even light a lamp, huh?" I snap my fingers. A lawyer steps forward from behind me, opens his briefcase, and lays out a thick stack of documents in front of Zhao Gang. "Chairman Zhao, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Mr. Lingchen's chief legal representative. This is a full asset transfer agreement for Zhao Corporation." The lawyer adjusts his glasses, his tone flat, like reading a death sentence. "Based on our calculations, Zhao Corp currently carries a debt of 23 billion, and due to force majeure circumstances, the company's current valuation stands at negative 5 billion. Normally, this would qualify for bankruptcy liquidation. But my boss, out of kindness, is willing to acquire it." "Acquire?" Zhao Gang, like grabbing a lifeline, blurts. "How much are you willing to pay? As long as you cancel the bounty, 100 billion. Zhao Gang's eyes light up. I shake my head. 10 billion. He grits his teeth. I shake my head again. 100 million. Zhao Gang's hopes plummet to rock bottom. I drop the smile, reaching into my pocket and pulling out a coin, an old, rusty, long out of circulation 1 fen coin. I flick it onto the table, spinning with a sharp, grating sound, before it finally settles in front of Zhao Gang. 1 fen, I say flatly. That buys everything your family built over 3 generations, including this building, all your properties, cars, everything, even the suit you're wearing. You're pushing this too far." Zhao Gang, furious, coughs up blood. He slams the table, standing. "Even if I burn everything and give it to beggars, I won't give it to you." My eyes turn cold. "Go ahead, try it. But let me remind you, those 3,000 bounty hunters downstairs are getting impatient. If I cancel the capture order, guess what they'll do next? Zhao Gang instantly freezes. It's an impossible choice. Dad, just sign it. Sign it. I want to live. I don't want to die. Zhao Yuchen breaks down, crawling over and grabbing his father's head, sobbing uncontrollably, snot and tears everywhere. Watching his son act so pathetic, the last light in Zhao Gang's eyes finally dies out. Lingchen, you're ruthless. Trembling, he picks up the pen. As he signs, he feels like his soul has been drained. A lifetime of empire, sold for one fen to the man he once viewed as an insignificant delivery boy. Is this really okay? I take the signed contract without even glancing at it, handing it directly to Su Wanqing behind me. Wanqing, a gift for you. Like it? She holds the heavy document that nearly drove the Su family to ruin, and now it's just become his casual possession. Lingchen, this is too much. She feels like it's all unreal. Hey, we're family. No need to be formal. Besides, I don't care about running these old companies anyway. From now on, you're the CEO of what used to be Zhao Corporation, now renamed Lingchen's Rich Man Group First Company. I stand up, pat Zhao Gang's shoulder like consoling a defeated dog. All right, stop the sad face. To celebrate this acquisition, I'll take you two out for a little life experience. Experience what? Zhao Gang gets a bad feeling. Shopping. I snap my fingers, activating the system's humiliation mission. Buy everything the Zhao father and son once wanted, but never could afford, in front of them, and force them to work as porters. 1 hour later, at Zhongcheng's largest luxury car dealership, home to the world's top supercars. This used to be Zhao Yuxin's favorite place to show off, but even then, he only dared window shop the multi-million-dollar entry-level models. As for the $20 million Bugatti Voice of the Night at the center of the showroom, he never dared even touch it. But today, he's here, as a porter. Zhao Yuxin, wearing a torn shirt, sweating profusely, trails behind me. Zhao Gang shuffles along like an old servant, head bowed. Young Zhao, does this car look familiar? I point at the Bugatti, smirking at Zhao Yuxin. I heard you begged your dad for half a year for this car, and he never bought it for you. Zhao Yuxin swallows hard, eyes filled with longing and envy. Yes. Like it? Like it. Then look at it a bit longer, because from now on, you'll only get to drive it in your dreams. I walk over to the car, patting its hood, then turn to the sales manager. Sure, Mr. Lin, right away. The manager's hands shake with excitement. I take the car key and, right in front of Zhao Yuxin's devastated gaze, casually toss it to Brother Hu behind me. Hu Zai, this car's yours now. Use it for grocery runs from now on. Ditch that busted minivan. It's embarrassing. The whole room gasps. A $12 million Bugatti used as a grocery car for a bodyguard. Brother Hu, holding the key, tears streaming, drops to his knees right there. Boss, you're like a second father to me. My life belongs to you from now on. Zhao Yuxin feels worse than eating dirt at this point. The car he dreamed of his... Don't relax yet. We're not done. I keep walking. That Rolls-Royce Phantom. I'll take it. Gift for Su Wanqing. Her daily commuter car. That Ferrari LaFerrari. Buy it. Too flashy in that color. Repaint it black. And those Aston Martins. Pack them up. Give one to each of my company's cleaning staff for their commute. In just half an hour, I sweep through the entire dealership, spending 800 million total. Zhao Gang and Zhao Yuxin trail behind, arms overloaded with free gifts from all the luxury car purchases, car covers, perfumes, exhausted like two walking corpses. Every time I swipe the car, you've made your point. Just give us a quick death. Zhao Gang finally breaks down, collapsing to his knees, sobbing loudly. I stop walking and turn back to look at his father and son. Quick death? When you kicked me out of the Ling family, forcing me to deliver food in the pouring rain, did you give me a quick death? My eyes suddenly turn icy cold. I told you, I'll make sure you can't live and you can't die either. Brother Hu, dragging these two trash to the police station. Tell the chief to set them up in a nice luxury cell and find a few enthusiastic cellmates to take good care of them. Got it, boss, don't worry. I know exactly how these things work inside. Brother Hu grins, dragging, I'm your brother. Brother, I was wrong. Zhao Yuchin's desperate screams echo through the showroom, slowly fading into silence. After dealing with the Zhao family, I exhale a long breath. Why aren't you happy? Su Wanqing walks over, gently hooking her arm through mine. Nothing, just feels a bit boring. I look out at the bustling street outside the showroom. The Zhao family fell way too fast, no challenge at all. Su Wanqing laughs. If anyone else heard you say that, they'd probably want to beat you up. That was the Zhao family, practically the sky of Zhongqing. But now, the sky's changed. I hold her hand. Come on, let's go somewhere. Where? Let's go check out your new office, the top floor of the former Zhao Corp Tower. Great view, perfect spot for romance. Just as we're about to leave, my phone suddenly rings. An encrypted number with no traceable location. My brow furrows slightly as I pick up. Who is this? A voice comes through, old but full of authority, carrying the weight of someone used to power for a long time. Young man, I have to say, you've caused quite the stir in Zhongcheng these past few days. My eyes narrow. Who are you? Who I am doesn't matter, the old man says calmly. What No Zhao's gang is a worthless dog not worth saving. He was still a dog I raised. If you beat the dog, you should at least consider the owner. Ah, so first the little guy comes, then the real one shows up. Finally, a worthy opponent. Ah, a bounty. That's a low-tier game, not my style. The old man's voice carries a hint of mockery. Young man, you have some money and some skill, but in front of real power, money is just numbers, and force is just brute strength. I'm the head steward of the Yi family in the capital. My young master is very interested in that rich man system of yours, that ability of yours to conjure funds out of thin air. My pupils sharply contract. He knows about the system. A word of advice, the old man continues. In 3 days, the Yi family will send people to Zhongcheng to take over the Zhao family's remains. Otherwise, you'll learn what true despair really means. Click. The call ends. I stand there, phone in hand, silent for a long moment. The Yi family of the capital, the true top-tier power of this nation, said to control the country's entire economic lifeline. Compared to the Yi family, the Zhao family really isn't even worth a dog. And it seems they've already noticed the system's existence. Lingchen, what's wrong? Whose call was that? Su Wanqing notices something's off, worried. I snap out of it, the tension in my eyes vanishing instantly, replaced by even more burning excitement. Nothing, just some self-important old man. I put my phone back in my... I look north, toward the capital. Wanqing, looks like our relaxing time is over. The next game might get a bit intense. System, I think silently. Detected. Host encountering the early signs of a world-level crisis. System upgrade mission activated. The Rising Divine Marquis. Mission goal. Before the Yi family arrives, elevate your power, wealth, strength, and connections to overlord level. Current reward. Preview of future military tech and factory blueprints. Recruitment order. Recruit 100 absolutely loyal, genetically enhanced warriors. Funding mode. Unlimited flow, 24-hour time limit. Every purchase, no matter the amount, isn't deducted. Instead, it gives double cash back. Hearing that third reward, I burst out laughing, completely unrestrained, laughing like a madman. Unlimited flow, double cash back. The Yi family, huh? Want to play with the whole city? Want to try economic blockade? Fine, I'll use money to blast a hole straight through their capital. I grab Su Wanqing's hand, striding toward the Bugatti I just bought. Let's go spend some money. Tonight, I'm going to make this entire city's GDP skyrocket. At Zhongcheng's Heiza Palace Grand Hotel, tonight's venue for the Century Charity Gala. Officially it's charity, but really, it's a power-flexing event between Western capital and domestic elite forces. The main organizer is the Rothschild family, and co-hosting is listed as the Yi family of the capital. The hotel entrance is packed with luxury cars. This event's scale far exceeds anything before. The crowd isn't just local Zhongcheng tycoons anymore, but Wall Street billionaires, European aristocrats, and top elite descendants from around the country. When my black car, a special model, government approved as a decoy, pulls up on the red carpet, countless camera flashes go off. I step out with Su Wanqing, dressed elegantly beside me. Tonight, Su Wanqing wears a starlight flow gown I personally designed, the futuristic material from the system store, making her train ripple like flowing galaxies as she walks, instantly outshining every Hollywood actress and socialite in attendance. That's a Lingchen guy, Heard he built a sixth-generation engine, really? Huh? Offended both Rothschild and the Yi family. But at the center of the hall stands a massive display, covered in red cloth, surrounded by armed foreign guards. That's tonight's grand finale auction item. A cold voice speaks nearby. A middle-aged man in formal wear, holding 2 iron balls, approaches. Behind him walks a resentful-looking Yi Tianling and William, the man I scared off earlier. This middle-aged man is the Yi family's number 2, Yi Zhentian, known as the Smiling Tiger. "Mr. Lin, your reputation precedes you," Yi Zhentian says, bowing with a smile that never reaches his eyes. "I heard my incompetent nephew suffered." Yi Tianling steps forward angrily, but is stopped by Yi Zhentian. "Young man, quick wit is a good thing, but some things can't be protected by words alone." Yi Zhentian points at the display stand. "Tonight's auction was specially prepared for you by Mr. William. The first hope your wallet is as strong as your tongue." The 3 of them exchange knowing laughs before walking off toward the VIP seats. What are they planning? Su Wanqing has a bad feeling. Whatever it is, my eyes turn slightly cold. They won't be walking away with a single cent tonight. The gala begins. After lengthy speeches, the highlight, the auction, finally arrives. The first few items are jewelry, valuable but unremarkable. I don't bid on any. I'm waiting for the so-called grand finale. Finally, William steps up onto the auction stage. "Ladies and gentlemen," William says, his face carrying vengeful satisfaction, eyes locked firmly on me in the audience. "Tonight's final item, an ancient artifact of this nation, lost overseas for over a century." He dramatically pulls off the red cloth. The room gasps collectively. Underneath sits a bronze dragon head, still caked in dirt, yet undeniably majestic, the most mysterious and long-lost head from the ancient 12 zodiac fountain relics. This dragon head was obtained by our family as war spoils a century ago. William emphasizes the words war spoils deliberately, a blatant insult to every citizen of this country in the room. Starting bid, $1 billion, minimum increment, 100 million. William stares at me provocatively. "Mr. Lin, I heard you're quite the patriot. Now's your chance to prove it." That's insanely expensive. Every eye in the room turns to me. It's a trap either way. Buying it means funding Western capital like some naive puppet. Not buying means letting a national treasure be humiliated, tarnishing my reputation. Yi Zhentian sneers beside me. "Lingchen, why aren't you bidding? Where's your unlimited funds? Where's your patriotism? Don't tell me you're all talk." I slowly stand, adjusting my suit buttons, looking calmly at William on stage. $1 billion. I raise my auction paddle. "I'll bid $10 billion. Dead silence falls across the room. $10 billion. Even William. He originally only planned to squeeze a few $100 million out of me, never expecting me to multiply the bid by 10. "Lingchen, are you insane?" Su Wanqing grabs my sleeve. "This is these robbers' trap. If you give them this money, they'll be saved." "Don't worry," I pat her hand. "Whether they get to keep it isn't up to them." On stage, William, realizing what just happened, is overjoyed. With this $10 billion, not only can he resolve the family crisis, but they can also profit massively. $10 billion going once, $10 billion going twice, sold. William eagerly slams the gavel down. "Mr. Lin, please transfer the payment." The moment my funds enter the SWIFT system, he'll use his authority to swallow the money first, then freeze the transaction under anti-money laundering claims, keeping both the money and the artifact. That's the highest level of scam artistry. I hand my black card to the staff member approaching. The big screen shows the transfer interface. As everyone holds their breath, waiting for that astronomical number to process, suddenly the screen flashes, turning into a blood-red warning. Transaction failed. Error code 404. Recipient bank has been acquired. What? William freezes. What do you mean the bank was acquired? This is the Atlantic Union Bank. My apologies, Mr. William. In the minute right before this auction began, I used this exact $10 billion on the U.S. secondary stock market to complete a forced tender acquisition of Atlantic Union Bank, which means I point at the payment terminal. Right now, I'm just moving my own money between my own hands in my own bank, and you, as the bank's former shareholder, are now under suspicion of major financial fraud and embezzling depositor funds. I snap my fingers. The banquet hall doors burst open, a group of men in Interpol uniforms rushing in, the lead officer holding up a red arrest warrant. "William Rothschild, you are under suspicion of—" "What? This can't be." William, watching the police close in, completely collapses. "I'm a Rothschild. I have diplomatic immunity. Mr. Yi, save me, Mr. Yi." He looks toward Yi Zhentian, but Yi Zhentian's face has already turned ashen, frozen in his seat, not daring to move, because he can feel several red laser sights locked directly on his forehead. Those belong to the Shadow Legion snipers. "Take him away." I wave my hand. William gets dragged off like a dead dog. The dragonhead stays behind on the stage. One walk up, lifting the heavy bronze relic with one hand, standing tall. I look out at the stunned crowd. What belongs to us, I will bring back, piece by piece, whether by buying it or by taking it back. The crowd erupts into thunderous applause and cheers. Countless citizens of this nation have tears in their eyes. A century of suppressed injustice finally released in this one moment. Su Wanqing looks at the man on stage, glowing with triumph, eyes filled with pure admiration. This is her man, standing alone against the world and winning. But just as the whole room celebrates, the system suddenly flares up in my mind, unlike anything before. Detected. Host has completed the crushing old capital achievement. System undergoing ultimate upgrade. Upgrade complete. Rich Man's System, version 3.0. Genetic tech unlocked. Space folding technology unlocked. Sovereign domain. Within a 100-meter radius of the host, absolute authority to alter physical laws, such as doubling gravity or freezing time for 1 second. Final mission activated. Global awakening of the elite. I look at these new abilities, golden light glowing in my eyes so intensely that even the air around me visibly ripples from the energy overflow. Unbound sovereign. Just then, Yi Zhentian suddenly stands. He looks at me, not with fear, but with strange, unsettling smile. "Lingchen, impressive, truly impressive. Yi Zhentian, our Yi family originally wanted to keep you alive as a useful money-making tool, but now it seems you've grown beyond our control." Yi Zhentian pulls a black remote out of his jacket. "Know what this is? This ship, the Caesar's Palace, has already been rigged with 3 tons of liquid explosives. One press of this button, and no matter how much money you have, no matter what tech you possess, everything turns to ash instantly. Lingchen, hand over your system, or let this entire boat of elites, along with your beloved woman, die alongside you." The cheering crowd falls into stunned silence. Su Wanqing's face turns pale. "You're insane, Yi Zhentian, you're insane." "Innocent?" Yi Zhentian laughs wildly. "Those who accomplish great things don't worry about small details. As long as I get the rich man's system, who cares about a few hundred people? Even half of Zhongcheng dying would be worth it. Lingchen, kneel and extract the system, or I'll—" His finger hovers over the red button. I look at him like he's a clown performing a joke. Time freeze. I quietly speak 4 words. Domain activate. Time stop. 1 second. The entire world instantly turns gray and white. Flying spit particles frozen mid-air. Terrified expressions. Ocean waves mid-motion. Even Yi Zhentian's finger pressing the... As is strolling through a garden after time itself stopped, I calmly walk over to Yi Zhentian, reach out, take the remote from his hand, then slap him hard across the face. Smack. Time resumes flowing. Yi Zhentian sees a flash in front of his eyes, the remote suddenly gone from his hand. Then a massive impact hits half his face. His whole body spins in place like a top, several teeth flying out mixed with blood. Yi Zhentian, clutching his face, stares in horror at me, casually toying with the remote a few meters away. Are you human or a ghost? How did you do that? What just happened?" I crush the remote in my hand, the pieces scattering to the ground. "I told you, in this domain, I am God." I walk toward Yi Zhentian, looking down at this once untouchable second-in-command of the Yi family. The Yi family's era ends tonight. This ship won't sink, but the sinking ship called the Yi family. That's already decided. I turn to face the crowd, still stunned, and announce, "Tonight's banquet..." Then the next event is a trial. Yi Zhentian, colluding with foreign forces, attempting to murder a national hero, and planting explosives in a public space. Evidence conclusive. Long Yi, who appeared out of nowhere, moves like a ghost with his death squad behind Yi Zentian. Throw him overboard. No, Lingchen, you can't do this. I'm from the Yi family. My elder brother is. A massive splash silences, all of Yi Zentian's screaming. The water is cold, deep, endless, just like my expression right now. I look north. The Yi family's last trump card is gone. Next stop, settle the biggest debt in the capital. Suan Qing walks over, tightly gripping my hand, still trembling slightly, but her eyes are steady and determined. This time, I'm coming with you. I grip her hand back, looking at the dragon head symbolizing royal authority in my other hand. Good. What we're going to reclaim isn't just justice. It's a new era that belongs to us. Autumn in the capital feels bleak and cold, quiet as night settles at the foot of Western Hill, over the ancient Yi family estate. This mansion has witnessed the fall of 3 dynasties, standing unshaken through countless power struggles. But now, it's engulfed in a fear it's never experienced before. Dark clouds hang low, almost touching the earth. Inside the loyalty hall, tension is suffocating. The current head of the Yi family, old man Yi Zhen, once so powerful his stomp alone could shake the capital, now sits stiffly in his ceremonial chair. The 2 walnuts he's been rolling in his hand for decades have been crushed to dust. Below him kneels Yi Tianling, who just barely escaped. Along the sides of the hall sit 7 or 8 masters, all radiating restrained, but Yi Tianling's whole body is still shaking uncontrollably. Yi Zhen backhands him with his cane. Useless. You've boosted his ego and destroyed our own dignity. Yi Zhen stands. Though he's over 80, the killing intent forged from a lifetime in the underworld still radiates from him. Sorcery? What sorcery exists in this world? It's just some kind of unknown advanced technology. He surveys the room, eyes sharp as a hawk's. The Yi family has stood in this capital for a century. What storm haven't we weathered? Even the 8-nation alliance couldn't destroy the Yi family back in the day. And now this upstart thinks he can? Pass down my orders. Yi Zhen slams his cane down hard enough to crack the floor tiles. Activate the Skynet defense system. The 200 billion laser defense array we bought from the Western Blackwater Company, capable of intercepting even cruise missiles. All forces defend the inner courtyard. If that man named Lin sets 1 foot inside our gate, kill him on sight. Then Yi Zhen's eyes flash with a wild, desperate determination. And release that thing sealed in the restricted zone at the back mountain, since he wants to play with non-human methods. Just then, a deep, rolling thunder booms from high above. But this thunder doesn't sound natural. It feels more like some massive engine compressing the atmosphere at low altitude. Everyone in the Yi estate instinctively rushes outside, looking up at the sky. The next second, every pair of eyes suddenly widens in shock. The thick clouds overhead seem to be torn apart by an invisible giant hand, revealing a massive gap. A jet-black, blade-shaped colossal aircraft silently hovers above the Yi estate's courtyard. It blocks out the sun entirely, casting a huge shadow over everyone's hearts. No propellers, no exhaust vents. It simply hovers there, silently, defying every known law of physics. This is the Interstellar Shuttle, Heavenly Punishment, redeemed from the System Store, civilian-grade beggar model. Beggar model or not, it's more than enough to intimidate these Earth natives. What is this? Yi Tianling collapses onto the ground, wetting himself. This is Lingchen's ride. He's an alien. He's really an alien. Even Yi Zhen's hands are trembling, but he forces himself to shout desperately into his walkie-talkie. Anti-air defense. Open fire. Shoot it down. The mountains surrounding the Yi estate suddenly split open, revealing 4 sci-fi-looking laser cannon platforms and 6 anti-aircraft missile silos. Fire erupts. 6 heat-seeking missiles trail long, fiery tails as they roar toward the black blade in the sky. At the same time, 4 high-energy laser beams pierce toward the ship like death's own lightsabers. This is the Yi family's last stand, firepower strong enough to destroy an entire modern armored division. But faced with this apocalyptic attack, the black ship doesn't even bother raising a shield. The 16 missiles, traveling at 3 times the speed of sound, suddenly go dead about 100 meters from the ship, like fireworks running out of fuel, losing all speed and dropping straight down in free fall. Boom, boom, boom. The missiles land right back in the Yi estate's courtyard, exploding violently, instantly swallowing the mountain positions and fish ponds in a massive blast. As for the 4 laser beams, they hit the ship's surface like flashlight beams reflecting off a mirror from their own reflected lasers. In just one exchange, the Yi family's proudest defense system turns to ash, faces blank with shock. Their prized Heavenly King defense gone just like that. Just then, the ship's underside slowly opens, releasing a hatch. 2 figures leap out from 1,000 meters up. No parachute, no glider, just free fall. That's suicide, thinks a Yi family elite watching. But just 10 meters before hitting the ground, the 2 figures suddenly defy inertia, decelerating instantly, landing softly on the ground without even kicking up dust. It's me, and Su Wanqing. I'm dressed in a black trench coat over the same casual suit I wore in Zhongcheng, while Su Wanqing wears a sleek white tactical outfit, carrying the case holding the dragon head. We stand side by side amid the ruins of the Yi estate's courtyard, like divine beings descending to earth. Old man Yi, we finally meet. I look up at the steps, at the figure who seems pointing at me, choking on his own rage. Lingchen, this is the capital, the emperor's own territory. You dare openly attack with heavy weapons. This is treason. I clean my hand casually. Old man, are your eyes failing you? It's clearly your Yi family illegally storing military-grade weapons and mishandling them, causing an accidental discharge. I'm just a concerned citizen who rushed here to help put out the fire. I snap my fingers. Long Yi, send the footage to the security bureau. A voice comes through the air, Long Yi's. What just happened has already been recorded by the ship's holographic cameras. It clearly shows the Yi family opening fire first, and the missiles falling back and exploding on their own. I didn't even lift a finger. You shameless, Yi Zhen shakes with fury. Compared to what your Yi family has done, I'm still far from shameless. My expression turns cold. I step forward, taking 8 steps toward him. Kill him, Yi Zhen roars. The 8 masters who had been observing exchange a glance. Even though my entrance was terrifying, their pride as martial artists refuses to believe there exists a mortal who can't be killed. Small cultivator, how dare you act so arrogantly? Iron sand palm. A burly elder roars, charging at me like a cannonball, his pitch-black iron-hard palms carrying a violent gust of wind, striking straight for my skull, a hit strong enough to shatter a martial arts master. I don't even glance at him. System ability. Gravity increase 100 times. Kneel. I speak the words softly. Boom. The elder, still midair, suddenly feels crushed as if by an invisible mountain, with no chance to resist, his body forced into an extremely brutal posture, slamming violently into the ground. Not kneeling, crashing. His entire skeletal structure shatters instantly on impact, the ground crumbling into a deep crater. His body plastered flat at the bottom like a poster, unconscious. Complete silence falls over the entire scene. The remaining 7 masters freeze in their tracks, faces pale with terror, staring at this scene. What level is this? Beyond even legendary earthly cultivation. I glance around once. I don't mind turning this place into a morgue. The 7 masters exchange a look. Then, with perfect unspoken agreement, all turn and flee. Are you kidding me? This clearly isn't something a human can fight. Money's good, but life matters more. Useless, useless. Yi Zhen watches his forces scatter, nearly having a stroke from rage. By now, I've reached the steps of the loyalty hall. Instead of walking straight in, I turn and gesture to Su Wanqing behind me. Wanqing, give it to him. She steps forward, setting the case down on the ground and opening it. The dignified bronze dragon head lies quietly inside, its gaze seeming to judge this decaying family. Yi Zhen, my voice turns cold as ice. This item, your Yi family colluded. I'm placing it here not as a gift to you, but to teach you a lesson. I step up onto the stairs, closing in on Yi Zhen. A dragon is meant to be respected, not sold. Your Yi family, you're not fit to even live in this estate. Yi Zhen stares at the dragon head, then at me, advancing steadily toward him, the fear in his eyes finally twisting into desperate madness. Fine, fine, fine. Yi Zhen lets out a hyena-like cackle. Lingchen, you think you've already won? You think having high technology means you control everything? You have no idea what the true nature of this world really is. He suddenly pulls out a black bone whistle covered in eerie carved mountains restricted grounds. A roar erupts, a beastly howl echoing across the sky. The back mountain's wall suddenly collapses, and out charges a nearly 10-foot-tall humanoid creature covered in black scales, blood-red eyes, moving on all fours like a runaway tank. Wherever it passes, plants wither and stone cracks and corrodes. Su Wanqing's face changes instantly. A bioweapon? Ha ha, Ling Chen, witness this! Ye Zhen laughs madly. This is the ultimate weapon given to me by my benefactors, the Tyrant. It's a fusion of ancient creature genetics and a T-virus variant. It feels no pain, has immense strength, and its body carries lethal toxins. The Tyrant roars, locking onto me, its tank-shredding claws lunging straight at my face. Facing this bioweapon, my expression finally shows a hint of reaction, mild interest. So this is your trump card? I shake my head. Too ugly. Just as the Tyrant's claws are about to reach me, my right hand suddenly rises. No dramatic flash of light, just a seemingly ordinary blade materializing in my hand out of nowhere. Wait, that's not a lightsaber. That's a high-frequency melanin fruit cutting blade, kitchen grade. A soft swoosh sound passes over the creature's head and lands quietly on the ground behind it. No explosion, no gore, just a thin, hair-thin red line appearing at the monster's waist. 1 second later, and it got sliced like tofu. I put the melon-cutting blade away, system recall, and clap my hands, like I just did something trivial. I walk over to Yi Zhen, now completely defeated, and kick away the dragon-headed cane symbolizing family authority. Anything else? I crouch down, looking into Yi Zhen's cloudy, fear-filled old eyes. If not, then it's time to settle the score. Years ago, your Yi family conspired with the Zhao family to frame my father, driving him to his death and seizing the Ling family's assets. How do we settle that debt? And just now, you tried to kill me with missiles to silence me. How do we settle that one? I'll pay. I'll give you every last cent the Yi family has, hundreds of billions. Just spare this old dog's life. Money? I laugh. Old man, you seem to have forgotten. Money is the one thing I definitely don't lack right now. I stand up straight, looking to the sky. The Heavenly Punishment ship, hovering overhead, suddenly projects a massive holographic screen. On it, meticulously detailed criminal evidence, the Yi family's sale of state intelligence, their money-laundering ledgers, recordings of assassinating rivals, and even footage of Yi Zhen just now ordering the use of illegal weapons. At the same time, across every street gets forcibly interrupted with a red banner broadcasting this evidence live. The entire capital erupts, the whole nation shaken. No, stop. Yi Zhen, watching the projection, falls into total despair. This will destroy the Yi family's reputation for 1,000 years, worse than death itself. Killing isn't the goal here, I say calmly. Yi Zhen, I want you to watch with your own eyes as everything you were proud of, a century of legacy, crumbles under the disgust of the people. Just then, dense sirens sound in the distance. This time, it's not the Yi family's protection calling in favors, but the top authorities themselves, sending in fully. This once tyrannical figure, feared for half a century, finally lowers his proud head. As he's dragged onto the police vehicle, he glances back one last time, seeing me sitting in his old throne of ultimate power, arms around Su Wanqing, casually toying with the dragon head, raising a toast toward him, the pose of a victor, the crowning of a new king. The Yi family has fallen, completely, thoroughly uprooted. As the core Yi family members get fully arrested, and their protective network gets cleaned out entirely, the entire capital's power structure gets reshuffled overnight. I've now become the one and only untouchable force. Late that night, with the Yi family estate now sealed off and temporarily serving as my base, I stand at the edge of the back mountain cliff, looking down at the brightly lit capital below. Su Wanqing drapes a coat over me. What are you thinking about? Isn't revenge supposed to feel good? I shake my head, holding her hand. The Yi family's fallen, but this isn't over yet. That bioweapon, the Tyrant, that's the handiwork of the Western Freemasons. I pull out the black bone whistle taken from Yi. Contains energy the system itself can't fully analyze. It just warned me. Earth's coordinates might have already been exposed. Su Wanqing gasps. Exposed to who? I look up at the vast starry sky. The true predators. Right then, the system in my mind suddenly blares an alert unlike anything I've heard before. Warning, warning, cracks detected in the dimensional barrier. Abyssal presence detected. Intruding. Coordinates. Pacific Center. Target. Seizing the unbound sovereign core and the host, Lingchen. Golden data streams flicker wildly in my eyes. I take a deep breath, crushing the bone whistle in my hand. Looks like there's no time to rest. Wanqing, tell Longyi to gather the entire Shadow Legion. Also, activate all of the Heavenly Punishment's weapon systems. We're heading to the Pacific. Some guests came from far away, and I need to give them a proper welcome. At the center of the Pacific, the point farthest from any land, resembles a boiling pot straight out of hell. Far above the clouds, the pitch-black Heavenly Punishment interstellar shuttle hovers, cloaked in optical stealth mode. Inside the cockpit, I stand before the holographic display, looking down at the ocean below. Beside me, Su Wanqing wears a tight-fitting nano combat suit. Even having witnessed countless miracles from me already, looking at the data displayed on the holographic screen still gives her chills. What is this? There's a city underwater? Su Wanqing points at the dense heat signatures on the screen. The screen shows that beneath Point Nemo, at 3,000 meters depth, a massive pyramid-shaped structure emits an eerie green glow. Its scale exceeds Zhongcheng itself, with countless submarines and underwater mechs bustling around it like worker bees. This is the true headquarters of the Western Secret Society, the Freemasons, the Atlantis Fortress. They've hidden themselves quite deep. I look at the massive pyramid, golden light swirling in my eyes. System analysis shows the base's energy core is undergoing some kind of high-dimensional spatial resonance. They're summoning something. Summoning what? The tyrant was just the dog's master. Just then, Longyi's voice comes through directly via neural link. Boss, the enemy spotted us. Sea surface defense system activated. Before he even finishes speaking, the previously calm ocean surface suddenly churns violently. 12 massive metal pillars, each over 10 meters in diameter, rise straight up from the water, piercing toward the sky. Then, dazzling high-energy ion beams weave together into an impenetrable net of death, instantly locking onto the heavenly punishment hidden in the clouds. Warning: detected high-energy strike, incoming, energy level, critical. The ship's AI blares a sharp alarm. So they've finally shown themselves. I smirk, a wild, arrogant grin. Since they want to play Star Wars, I'll show them what a real dimensional strike looks like. System: exchange for planetary tier orbital cannon. God's staff. One-time use trial version. Funds deducted. 500 billion. Divine weapon deployed. I raise my hand toward the ocean below, whispering softly, "Let there be light." 30,000 kilometers up in orbit, a massive metal alloy kinetic weapon platform, disguised as a weather satellite, projectile, accelerated by electromagnetic rail launch, plummets toward Earth at 20 times the speed of sound. The atmosphere tears apart instantly, the friction generating extreme heat, turning it into a falling sun. A few seconds later, on the Pacific surface, those 12 metal pillars still spewing death rays, along with 10 kilometers of surrounding ocean, get completely vaporized by a beam of destruction descending from the sky. A delayed, thunderous boom shatters eardrums for miles around. The massive shockwave triggers a 100-meter tsunami, spreading violently in every direction. And that hidden underwater Atlantis fortress's energy shield flickers violently under this single strike, like a candle in a storm, before finally extinguishing. Deep inside the fortress's core chamber, the hall is massive. Its walls house the Supreme Council of the Freemasons, the Council of 12 Truths. These are the shadowy figures who normally manipulate global finance, wars, and pandemics. But right now, watching their ceiling collapsing above them, they're gripped in unprecedented panic. "God's staff! That's God's staff!" one elder screams in terror. "That's a weapon that only exists in theory. How could that Lingchen possibly possess it? Is he an observer from a higher dimension?" The elder sitting at the head of the table speaks in a hoarse voice, his mask slipping to reveal half a rotting face, black tendrils writhing beneath it. "Only by summoning the Abyssal Lord can we survive this." At the same time, he slices open his wrist, letting blood drip into a black vortex at the center of the round table. As the blood pours in, the vortex begins spinning violently, an overwhelming wave of sickening evil energy bursting forth, instantly piercing through the fortress's metal alloy shell, surging straight up toward the ocean surface. Above the water, my brows furrow. What a disgusting smell! I can feel a deeply malevolent energy awakening beneath the sea, an energy that doesn't belong to this earth, carrying an insatiable hunger to consume everything. Wanching, stay on the ship, activate full shields. I turn to... That's 3,000 meters underwater. Don't worry, I gently kiss her forehead. I have deep sea armor. With that, I walk to the hatch and jump. System, activate Poseidon combat armor. Equipment deployed. Countless streams of blue nanometal instantly cover my entire body mid-air, transforming into a sleek, dark blue suit of armor, a trident in hand, the thrusters on my back firing streams of blue ion flames. Without hesitation, I dive into the churning ocean like a torpedo. The moment I hit the water, it parts around me automatically, as if bowing to a king. The first accelerate underwater, speed unbelievable. And surrounding the fortress, tens of thousands of biomonsters swarm toward me. Fish-tailed tyrants, half-mechanized megalodons, even humanoid octopus creatures, closing in like a storm. I shatter my trident and swing it hard. Domain ability, absolute zero. With a crack, all the ocean water within 1,000 kilometers around me instantly freezes solid. Countless charging monsters don't even get a chance to open their mouths before being frozen into lifelike ice sculptures. Without stopping, I smash through the frozen statues, crashing like a meteor straight into the fortress's energy shield. Break. The trident's tip erupts with blinding golden light, antimatter annihilation energy. The supposedly indestructible shield shatters like a bubble. I plow straight through, tearing through the fortress's outer wall, crashing directly into the central council chamber. Boom! As the smoke clears, I stand there holding my trident, having emerged from the wreckage. The 12 elders, mid-ritual, are thrown to the ground by the massive shockwave, disoriented and dazed. Still going, huh? I kick the mask off the head elder, revealing a monstrous half-human, half-demon face beneath. Not chanting anymore? Did you forget your lines? You. The head elder stares in horror as black tendrils writhe under his skin, trying to attack. Nope. I grip him firmly, pinning him to the ground. Golden energy flows through my trident into his body, and the tendrils burn to ash amid his screams. Not dying just yet. I look coldly at the remaining 11 elders. Tell me, what exactly is the abyss? Why are you inviting wolves into the house? Ha ha ha. Too late. Already too late. One elder suddenly bursts into laughter. He points at the black vortex at the center of the table. The gate is already open. The Lord has already noticed this place. All of you will die, becoming nourishment for the Lord. Before he finishes speaking, the black vortex suddenly expands violently, swallowing the entire round table whole, then transforming into a sky-piercing black beam of light that shoots straight through the fortress's ceiling, cutting into the sky above. A soul-deep sense of dread sweeps through everyone present. I look up sharply. From within that black beam, an enormous hand covered in scales and countless eyes slowly emerges. Behind it follows an equally colossal Thulhu's shadow. Threat level, Tier 3 Cosmic Civilization Creature. Combat Evaluation, Star Destroyer Class. The red warning box nearly fills my entire field of vision. Tier 3 Civilization. I take a deep breath. Interesting. This massive creature hasn't fully emerged yet. Just half its body is out, and it already nearly fills the entire underwater space. Its countless secondary eyes lock firmly onto me, emitting a voice that speaks directly into my brain. System Bearer. Found you. The voice feels like 10,000 insects crawling through my skull, threatening to shatter my mind. Looking for me? I raise an eyebrow. Want to inherit my credit card debt? Hand over the origin seed or face annihilation. The monster roars, its giant hand reaching out to grab me. This grip carries the power of dimensional binding, absolutely inescapable. I feel the space around me solidify, my body completely unable to move. This is the power of a Tier 3 civilization. It operates on the level of fundamental laws. Boss, watch out. Su Wanqing's terrified scream, full ownership of Earth's future. The system falls silent for a second, apparently stunned by my request. Response: purchasing full ownership rights to Earth's future requires funding in the range of 100 trillion to the power of 10 to 20. Insufficient balance detected. Host: who said I wanted to buy Earth? I snap my eyes open, the golden light in them turning into a chaotic gray. What I want to buy is the main character's plot armor, right now, this exact second. Tanked of unbound sovereignty. Absolute destiny bond. Time limit, 10 seconds. Price: all remaining assets, reduced to 0. Confirm? That's hundreds of billions, trillions. I don't hesitate for a second. Confirmed. Money can be earned again. If I lose my life, or if this planet blows up, then there's nothing left to play for anyway. Transaction successful. Host's balance, 0. Child of Unbound Sovereignty mode activated. For these next 10 seconds, you are the ultimate authority of this universe. A surge of indescribable protagonist energy floods through me. The spatial binding that trapped me shatters instantly. I move. I don't dodge that massive hand. I charge straight at it. The trident in my grip vanishes, replaced by something that looks completely ordinary, a frying pan. That's right. This is the system's bonus item, the culinary divine weapon. For Su Wanqing. I roar, swinging the frying pan with everything I've got, smashing it straight into the Abyssal Lord's finger. Clang. A sharp, crisp, metallic clang echoes, and something unbelievable happens. That creature, a star-destroying entity from a Tier 3 civilization, actually gets its finger fractured by a single pan strike. Nice. The monster lets out a roar of confusion mixed with agonizing pain. It doesn't understand this at all, and it's not over yet. I move in a flash, appearing right in front of the creature's giant eye. This one's for everyone you killed. Crack. One massive secondary eye bursts, green fluid spraying like a fountain. This one's for making me become... I move like a glitched-out speed hack video, the frying pan turning into countless afterimages, unleashing thousands of strikes on that massive face within just a few seconds. Every single hit lands as an absolute critical, absolute stun, absolute defense break. The Abyssal Lord gets pummeled hard, feeling something it hasn't felt in ages, genuine fear. This human isn't right. This power operates above the rules themselves. A causality-level attack. Go back into your cesspool. In the final moment, I raise the pan high, putting every ounce of strength into one last swing straight down onto the creature's forehead. But its body loses control, tumbling helplessly down into the abyss. Before the vortex fully closes, I pull out an item from my pocket, a Farewell Bowl Youth Edition, redeemed from the store. It's a card printed with a comically exaggerated face. A little gift for the road, sisters. I casually toss the card into the vortex. Goodbye. The vortex violently contracts, and under the card's effect, the entire space begins collapsing, dimensionally compressing. The passage that once led to the abyss instantly flattens into a two-dimensional painting suspended in the void, showing the creature's terrified face frozen in place. Everything goes calm. The Child of Unbound Sovereignty mode ends. Congratulations, host. World Deity, achievement unlocked. Current assets, 0. I float alone in the empty underwater ruins, surrounded by wreckage and the 12 elders' bodies, shattered by the shockwave. I check my pockets, genuinely not a single cent left. Can't even afford a cab back to Zhongcheng. Ugh, impulsiveness really is the enemy. I sigh. Just then, a submarine slowly approaches. It's Su Wanqing. I laugh bitterly. Wanqing, bad news. What? She looks at me anxiously. I'm broke. Completely, truly broke now. Su Wanqing pauses for a moment, then bursts out laughing. She cups my face in the water. It's fine. You used to support me. Now it's my turn to support you. Don't forget, I'm now chairwoman of Zhao Corp, Su Group, and Atlantic Union Bank. I laugh too. Looks like I'm officially living off my wife now. We surface, finally seeing daylight again after everything. The Pacific storm has calmed, but I know this peace is only temporary. What the Abyssal Lord said before, vanishing, along with the system's hints about the origin seed, all point toward an even bigger secret. What exactly is this system? Why do all these advanced civilizations keep fighting over it? Detected. Host has completed all Phase 2 combat missions. Final mission activated. The origin of the system. Host, please head to Kunlun Mountains, Death Valley. That's where the previous system host's remains are buried. I look at the virtual pane. Looks like this story's ending isn't just a simple rags-to-riches tale. It's a plan spanning 10,000 years. Wanqing, let's go home and pack. I look toward the distant horizon. We have one last stop to uncover the truth behind all of this. Kunlun Mountains, Death Valley, known as the Gate of Hell. Constant violent thunderstorms and chaotic magnetic fields have claimed the lives of countless herders and explorers over hundreds of years. Their remains never recovered. But today, the thunder here roars more violently than ever before. Purple lightning tears through the sky, striking down into the valley below. The black blade destroy anything else, slowly descending into the depths of Death Valley. The hatch opens, freezing wind howling. I walk out hand in hand with Su Wanqing, no longer wearing the previous battle armor, just a simple black windbreaker, though her eyes are deeper than Kunlun's ice and snow. This is the final destination, Su Wanqing says, looking at the scattered animal bones covering the ground, feeling a chill run through her. It's the end point, and also the beginning, I say, checking the system's radar. On screen, a glowing point representing the origin seed pulses bright red, its location right beneath our feet. Let's get to work. Long Yi and the already prepared Shadow Legion operate two massive laser drilling machines, boring into the giant black rock at the bottom of the valley. As the rock melts under intense heat, it's an ancient bronze sword, its design ancient and desolate, covered in intricate cloud pattern carvings. The hilt is unmistakably shaped like a silver dragon's head. Despite centuries of erosion, it still radiates a suffocating imperial aura. This is Qin dynasty style, Su Wanqing gasps. Could the legend of Qin Shi Huang's tomb be more than just legend? I take a deep breath, pulling Su Wanqing along as I leap into the opening we just carved. Welcome to the Emperor's command sword, the Star Blade. Inside, there's none of the darkness I expected. The moment I step into the control room, countless eternal lamps, even reduced to bones, the figure remains seated in a commanding posture, hand resting as if surveying the heavens above. That skeletal frame still carries a majestic aura that's crossed 2,000 years, making anyone want to bow instinctively. And in front of the remains floats a crystal, glowing with a soft white light. Civilization's origin seed. System, is this your previous host? I asked directly. Yes. The system's usually cold, mechanical tone this time carries a hint of human weariness. Previous host, Ying Zheng, codename Ancestor Dragon. System version 1.0, Civilization Dominance. To repel the Abyss's first invasion, he exhausted all system points and forcibly drained his own life force to activate the 9 provinces barrier and the Great Wall's orbital defense system. He died immediately after. I feel a weight. A holographic image projects out from the bones, a dignified, middle-aged man. Even as just a projection, his eyes seem to pierce through time itself. His voice, Ying Zheng's, echoes through the hall, carrying tremendous weight and solemnity. If you're watching this recording, I am no longer here. I unified the 6 kingdoms, standardized writing and measurements, hoping to bring lasting peace to this land. But there are always greater forces beyond what we can see. Those greedy predators, the Abyss, they'd already discovered Earth's coordinates. I poured the nation's entire strength into building 12 golden colossi, giant mechs, and the Great Wall's orbital cannon. They will return eventually. I've left behind this origin seed. It records the plans I never finished, and it preserves my final legacy. If you are someone who carries the world's well-being in your heart, fuse with it, and protect this beautiful land in my place. The projection fades. I stay silent for a long moment, then step forward, reaching out to take hold of the origin seed. Rest easy, old ancestor, I finish it. The wealth you never got to spend, I'll spend it for you. Boom. The origin seed instantly merges into my palm, an overwhelming flood of information rushing into my mind. It's Ying Zheng's memories, blueprints of ancient technology, and ultimately, the full defensive authority of planet Earth itself. Detected. Origin seed fusion successful. Rich man system. Final form activated. Earth administrator mode unlocked. Congratulations, host. You have inherited the Emperor's legacy account. Current balance cannot be measured in numbers, because what you've inherited is the fortune and historical weight of this entire nation's legacy. As I complete the fusion with the origin seed, outside the sky above Kunlun Mountain suddenly collapses. This isn't the small-scale rift from before. The entire heavens turn blood red. Countless massive black warships pour through the dimensional rift like a swarm of locusts. This is the Abyss Civilization's main fleet. They finally locked onto Earth's coordinates and launched a full-scale invasion. Warning! Warning! Star annihilation level strike detected. Enemy count: 100,000 ships. That's 100,000 interstellar warships. I slowly open my eyes, my pupils now completely golden, the true eyes of an administrator. I glance at my own zeroed-out personal account, then at the system panel showing that glowing dragon-shaped inheritance account. I laugh, laughing with pure, wild arrogance. Why fight defensively? Since the old ancestor left me an inheritance, that's exactly what I'm going to spend it on. I take Su Wanqing's hand and walk out of the ancient sword, standing at the highest point of Death Valley, facing that overwhelming alien fleet head-on. I raise my hand toward the sky and snap my fingers. System, I want to spend. Host, please proceed. I awaken the 12 golden Titan mechs. Awaken the Great Wall Starring Defense Array. Awaken the million-strong Terracotta Spirit Legion. Payment method: 5,000 years of national fortune. Payment successful. Awakening in progress. The next second, the entire nation erupts into celebration. In Xi'an, at the Qin Shi Huang Mausoleum, the earth violently trembles, the burial mound exploding open. These aren't clay statues. Thousands upon thousands of terracotta warriors. Their surface dirt instantly peels away, revealing nanometallic bodies glowing with a warm light beneath. Their eyes ignite with red light, the bronze swords in their hands instantly turning into plasma blades. A massive, earth-shaking battle roar echoes across the sky. 1,000,000 mechanical warriors surge into the air. Meanwhile, in Jianyang, 12 bronze colossal mechs, each over 1,000 meters tall, burst up from the ground. Each one radiates energy comparable to a full power plant, wielding massive axes and spears, like ancient war gods reawakened. Even more astonishing, the Great Wall itself, stretching thousands of miles, suddenly lights up with brilliant golden light. Bricks fall away, revealing superconducting magnetic rail cannons buried beneath for 2,000 years. What is this? His voice, amplified by the origin seed, echoes across the entire globe, blasting directly into every single alien mind. He raises one hand and shouts, "Kill! Boom, 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 boom!" The Great Wall transforms into a golden dragon, unleashing countless beams of antimatter energy skyward, instantly vaporizing the first wave of the alien vanguard fleet. Meanwhile, the 12 Titan Colossi leap into the clouds, each swing of their massive weapons capable of slicing through a 1,000-meter-long mothership. The million-strong Ghost Legion surges forward like a black tidal wave, crashing into the enemy lines, unleashing Wanqing. Does it look beautiful? Su Wanqing stares, completely mesmerized, tears blurring her eyes. It's beautiful. This is the most expensive fireworks show I've ever seen. And it's not over yet. I look at the massive flagship, the Abyss Mothership. Since we're already going all out, let's finish it properly. I raise my hand again. System, one final purchase. I want to buy Earth's Ascension. Push this entire planet up to Tier 4 civilization status. Confirm payment, consuming all remaining national fortune. Loading planetary engines. Loading quantum shields. Loading causality weapons. Earth Ascension initiating. A blinding light bright enough to illuminate the entire galaxy bursts from Earth's core. In that instant, the entire Abyss fleet gets erased instantly by causality itself, like blood evaporating under sunlight, not even ash remaining. Earth's physical size doesn't change, but its energy tier ascends in that single moment. From this point forward, this blue planet not only returns to normal, but becomes even more futuristic. The rooftop garden atop the former SKP tower has now been transformed into a crystal palace floating among the clouds. At the wedding venue, Su Wanqing wears a gown named Morning Love. This dress was crafted by me, fusing core materials from the Abyss Mother Blade with rare deep-sea pearls, its value beyond calculation. She looks breathtakingly beautiful, walking on her father's arm, step by step toward the man waiting at the end of the aisle, me. By now, I'm widely recognized as Earth's chief, the guardian of human civilization. But I still smile like a big kid, my eyes only on the bride walking toward me. Little Duoduo, dressed as a flower girl, trots happily behind, lifting the train, grinning ear to ear, as the officiant, my former boss, asks, glowing with excitement, "Do you take Miss Su Wanqing to be your wife for richer or poorer?" At the word poorer, the guests all chuckle warmly. Everyone in the world knows that even though my personal account sits at zero, I own the entire Earth. "I do," I say, looking into Su Wanqing's eyes, my voice full of love. "Miss Su Wanqing, do you take Mr. Lingchen to be your husband?" "I do." Before the officiant even finishes, Su Wanqing blurts out her answer eagerly, sending the whole crowd into laughter. Amid falling flower petals and cheers, we embrace tightly, deeply in love. Just then, the long silent systems, mission complete, preparing to unbind, moving on to find the next civilization spark. Farewell gift. Host retains the golden eye ability, along with enhanced physical resilience. Farewell, host. May you live happily in this world you personally bought. I pause for a moment. Unbinding, huh? The system that's been with me this whole journey, from delivery driver to ruler of the world, it's really leaving. A faint sense of loss rises in my chest, but it quickly fades because I can feel Su Wanqing's warmth in my arms, hear Duoduo's laughter, and see all the genuine well wishes from the crowd below. I don't need the system anymore. I already have the most precious wealth in this world. "Lingchen, what's wrong?" Su Wanqing notices me drifting off, asking gently. I snap back to reality, looking at the woman I deeply love, breaking into my brightest smile. "Nothing, just my secret stash of cash got confiscated." Su Wanqing laughs, leaning close to my ear, breath warm. "It's fine, tonight I'm all yours. And besides, I put the 100 billion the company earned onto this card.